If you've ever felt tired of spending money on commercial fertilizers that promise miracles but leave your soil even more dependent and lifeless, this might just be the game changer you've been waiting for. In small Korean rural gardens, far from the influence of chemical farming, gardeners use a simple but powerful method to revive dead soil and grow food bursting with flavor and nutrition. It doesn't come from a factory, it doesn't cost money, and once you start using it, your soil begins to feed itself, forever. This trick is called fermented plant juice, or FPJ, and it's one of the core secrets behind natural farming in Korea. The best part? You can make it in your backyard, with plants you already have growing around you. Let's dive in, soil sages. Most commercial fertilizers feed the plant for a moment, like giving a sugar rush. They push quick growth but leave the soil hungry and depleted. Over time, the soil becomes dependent, like an addict needing another dose. Worms disappear, microbial life dies, and the ground turns into lifeless dirt instead of living soil. But FPJ does the exact opposite. It feeds life in the soil, the bacteria, fungi, and beneficial microbes that naturally create nutrients for your plants. Instead of forcing the plants to feed artificially, you activate nature's own feeding cycle. This is why Korean farmers call it living fertilizer. FPJ is strong, so always dilute it. For soil feeding, just mix 1 tablespoon of FPJ in 4 liters of water and apply to the soil weekly. For foliar spray or leaf feeding, mix 1 teaspoon of FPJ in 4 liters of water and spray in the early morning or evening. Apply regularly, and you'll begin to see results. The soil becomes darker and richer. Earthworms return, plant roots become thicker and whiter, leaves show deep color and stronger resistance to pests, and seedlings become more vigorous and establish fast. The goal isn't to force growth, it's to activate natural life in the soil so plants feed themselves effortlessly. Let's be honest, if every gardener adopted this, fertilizer companies would lose millions. They profit from dependency. The soil gets weaker over time, so you buy more. But FPJ breaks that cycle. Once your soil becomes biologically active, it starts generating its own nutrients through decomposition and microbial activity. You reduce your inputs, save money, and get better yields without poisoning your garden ecosystem. It's simple, accessible, and entirely community-powered knowledge, not corporate-controlled chemistry. When gardeners first switch to FPJ, they often message Korean natural farming instructors with the same comments. Why is my soil suddenly smelling sweet and earthy? My compost breaks down faster now. My plants haven't had a single pest issue this season. This is what living soil does. It balances pests naturally, improves structure, and holds moisture longer. In tropical climates, it prevents nutrient leaching. In dry climates, it increases water retention. And in cold climates, it speeds up microbial warming activity. If you're unsure what plant tips to harvest, simply observe your garden. Which weeds or shoots grow the fastest without help? Use those. Some great choices: sweet potato vines, pumpkin tips, amaranth shoots, purslane, morning glory vines, and comfrey tips if available. Nature has already done the testing for you. Fast growth equals high hormonal activity, which means the best FPJ source. Never use moldy or old plant material, only fresh growth. Do not use chlorinated water when diluting FPJ. If your water is chlorinated, let it sit for 24 hours before use. And don't overuse. More FPJ doesn't mean better growth. Balance is key. Always store your FPJ concentrate in a cool, dark place. It can last up to a year. FPJ is not a fertilizer in the traditional sense. It is a growth activator and microbial stimulant. Use it consistently, but lightly. You don't need expensive formulas or glossy fertilizer bags. All you need is observation, patience, and a jar. The beauty of this Korean method is that it reconnects us with our gardens. You stop being just a grower, you become a soil keeper, a life cultivator. Once your soil wakes up, you can practically step back and let nature work. Fertility stops being something you apply, and becomes something the soil creates. If this resonated with you and you want more natural gardening secrets that big industries hope you never discover, make sure you subscribe to Sage Chronicles. Give this a share to help another gardener break free, and let me know in the comments if you want a follow-up guide on fermented fruit extract or labi serum, the next steps in Korean natural farming. Let's rebuild soil, one garden at a time.